Hello trainers, Ganeto here, and today we're diving together into the new season with the new move updated Pokemon, and we're gonna start off the season with Gardevoir with Magical Leaf and Triple Axle, while Trailblaze will be our main charge attack on our Skuntank being Shadow. So for Gardevoir, I recommend going with the regular one. I don't think that the Shadow will help you a lot because Magical Leaf is not gonna be that much of a pressuring move, and still you will rely more on Triple Axle. With that said, now we're gonna go down to this Moonblast. It doesn't matter at all, we are also down on seals, we do not have the switch advantage at all, and right here we're gonna force this battle with Trevenant. Good news is that Triple Axle is a nice move, so we can definitely draw a shield from this trainer while buffing up our attack stat, but that will not help a lot, so I have a feeling that I have to switch out into our Skuntank, and right here the Crunch will deal a lot of damage, so they have to respect it on the CMP. So right after they're gonna throw the Shadow Ball, which gives me some time to completely farm down with my poison jabs, and I think that Trailblaze now will put us to the advantage here because it can one-shot down Greninja, and Carping will follow the same fate. Into the next one now with the Alolan Shadow Sandslash up in front. My counters are super happy for this matchup, so we're just gonna see the switch out to Medicham, which makes a lot of sense to be honest, and right after we're gonna bring Gardevoir into play. So Gardevoir only by its typing can resist by a lot those counters, and Triple Axle is looking pretty great. So Triple Axle is a great move overall, it gives a Gardevoir play even against the Flyers and of course Charizard, which is pretty neat. I really want to test it out on the Ultra League level, but right here against this Medicham we already know that we can do a lot of solid work. So they have already spent their shields and I'm gonna do exactly the same. Alola Sandslash returns into the battle, they will snipe me down with those Shadow Claws, but it doesn't matter, we can still do the same with our Deoxys here because we can farm down completely. Unfortunately though, they have one more Ice Punch on the Medicham. Seeing that I can survive with 1 HP makes me think that I have to switch out immediately to the Skuntank, preserving that energy for the end game, but they back out anyways since they have a grass type against my Skuntank. Now against Alolan Rapidash, things can always get a little bit too tricky with that Mega Horn, so instead I'm gonna stay in here with my Deoxys, take the first move because that was super early to be anything else than a Body Slam. Another Body Slam is coming up, I know I'm not Shadow, so I can definitely survive the next one with my shiny Gardevoir, and right after we can grab the shield out of play with a single Triple Axle. I also know that they can easily manipulate the energy gain here and outspeed me at any time of the game, so yeah, I'm just gonna let my Pokemon go down and right after spend my first shield into my Skuntank. A Galarian Rapidash definitely an all-around threat for my line. Haxorus comes in, and of course now I have Trailblaze to start and do some solid work against them. I know they were expecting the Crunch, so that was an easy shield grab from them, and right after I will try to snipe them down with a potential Rock Slide. They have a Survivor at the back and the battle is definitely not over yet because as you can see we have no Psycho Boost at all. All I want to do here is to press for that Thunderbolt and perhaps the extra damage with the counters, and I have to realize that the first Poison Fang has to be taken because the second has to be blocked, and I knew they had a lot of energy, so that's why we're gonna let the first one go through, and right after we can easily finish them off with our Poison Jabs. Into the next one now, and we're facing a Medicham up in front. This is obviously kind of a good lead for us, but totally playable even for the Medicham. So we're gonna force at some point the switch out to Lickitung, which is kinda great for our Dark type Pokemon at the back, and of course I know I can survive one Body Slam. However, I'm getting super slow on those Trailblazes, and of course this will give them a lot of time to prepare for the next move and get there first of course. So now my Trailblaze is gonna go in. I was trying to undercharge just in case they let it go through and I could go for the farm down, but as it seems they want to play the long shield scenario. Right after I will try to farm down, we can do exactly that, and now they will return to the battle with Medicham. No reason to get to the Trailblaze because it's a little bit of more energy to get there. Instead I'm gonna get to the double Crunch and look at the damage output. I will bring as soon as possible my Gardevoir, and seeing the switch out to Carping makes me think that the Deoxys here is my best choice. Another Thunderbolt is coming up. This time it will put this carving below 50%, and now all I have to do is to pressure even more with my Deox over here. So they're gonna go with a Rock Slide, and I know that my Gardevoir can definitely survive one Rock Slide. Hopefully this is not gonna be a Moonblast, and instead just a Rock Slide. We can survive all those hits, and Synchronoise now will just seal the deal against Medicham, and this was the only time that I used Synchronoise. To be honest, if you do not have the Legacy one, you can always get to Shadow Ball and still do a lot of work with your Gardevoir, because with Magical Leaf now you can get there fairly fast. Into the next one now with the Sableye up in front. As you can see, this is the most horrible lead that you can get, that Ghost typing, any Ghost type up in front can be absolutely horrible for the Deoxys, and we cannot switch out immediately to our Skuntank, so instead we have to bring our Gardevoir, keeping our Skuntank as our main solution. So right here we might have the upper hand, because double triple Axel will go for the knockout against this Diggersby, and you already know how thick Diggersby is, so right after we're gonna reach to our Skuntank, and of course now we have to rely on whatever they might have at the back. Gonna block the correct move, and that is return, and now they have at the back Medicham, so the battle is definitely not over yet. What I hate about Medicham is that under shielding it can probably beat down anything that has no shields at all, and Deoxys is one of these Pokemon. Hopefully though they will let that first Thunderbolt go through, and right after we can survive whatever they throw. Psychic here can still go ahead and put us at a critical condition though, so we have to reach to the next Thunderbolt at any cost. Down they go, Sableye returns, and all we have to do here is to press for that farm down, but instead I will get to the crunch for the potential debuff. We cannot do that, and that is gonna be kind of a bummer, because not only return will come against our Skuntank, but also the farm down against my Deoxys. Into the next one now with a Honda up in front, so from a one Ghost lead to another. Let's see now if we can win this one, because Dugong is coming up, and of course Synchronoise here will be our main way to go. They will expect it kinda, perhaps they were expecting a Shadow Ball, but to be honest I was going for the Synchronoise anyways, and since we got the shield out of play, I'm just gonna let my Gardevoir go down. So the Deoxys here now will return into the battle, and I know that this is gonna be a long-term battle, because I am gonna go for the complete farm down. Until then they will get to the double Icy Wind, debuffing all the way down my Pokemon. Seeing that I can clear the debuff with just one switch, I'm gonna do exactly that, gain a little bit of extra advantage against them with a little bit of energy, and right now I'm gonna press with a double click my Trailblaze. For some reason it was not pressed the first time, and right after we can easily go ahead, block this next move, and try to farm down in the process. Instead though they're gonna bring their final Pokemon into play, and Crunch will one-shot down this Honda. Perhaps they were thinking they could cut something like a Trailblaze, but to be honest we know better, we knew they had the Honda, so seeing the switch made us go for the Crunch straight, and that's gonna be a magnificent win for our team with a very bad lead and kind of a bad switch. Into the next one now, and we're having a Girafarig up against us, so this Pokemon is no joke at all. Okay, it can reach with those double kicks into Trailblaze with kinda ease, and right after the Psychic Fangs will debuff us here. I was expecting the Psychic Fangs because I was counting the moves, and I knew that Trailblaze needed a little bit of more energy to get there. So right here we're just gonna finish off this Pokemon, and on the switch we're met up with the Steelix, and right after on that Charizard. You know what, Triple Axel here will give this Fairy type Pokemon even more access to those nukes against the Flyers, and by predicting the Dragon Claw I'm pretty sure I can survive both of the following moves and still reach to the knockout move with Triple Axel. To my surprise, a buffed Triple Axel cannot finish off in one shot that Shadow Glassy Charizard, and now it all depends to see how well we can do against the Steelix. I know I can go most probably with my Crunches here, but to be honest first I want to go ahead ahead and clear the debuff on the Oxys, and right after get to the Trailblaze. I know that every 4 they can get to a charge attack, so at this point it is gonna be a race to the next charge attack. By getting to the Trailblaze first, we can vamp up our attack stat, knowing that they will drop us at some point, and we can still reach to the crunch to finish off Steelix, and that is gonna be a magnificent ending for this video. So that is gonna be all for today, trainers. Thank you for watching and for staying till the end. I hope that you're having a fantastic start in the season. All those new moves are getting a little bit too good for the meta, and I'm really eager to see how these moves will be implemented for the next leagues. So with that said, trainers, thank you for watching once again. Just be sure to leave a like before you go, and of course consider subscribing to my channel if you want to see more of my content. And speaking of more of my content, I have 2 videos for you to check out over here, so feel free to do so, and I will see you all into the next one.